and welcome to the 143rd commencement ceremony for the University of Washington. We're seeing off the class of 2018 this year. I can hardly believe it's already 2018. My name's Austin Siedentoff, and I graduated here in Husky Stadium in 2014, and some of the moments from that day are just etched into my mind, and I know that a lot of new memories are going to be made today. What you're watching right now is a little program we call the Purple Carpet. It's kind of like the red carpet, but it's just a little bit more boundless, and we're going to be wandering around the stadium talking with friends and family of our graduates, some of our graduates, maybe some VIPs that are involved in the ceremony, and get a sense of the excitement that's just simmering under the surface here today. But first up, we want to talk with some of the family members that are waiting in anticipation of the ceremony. So let's take a look. Who are you here to support today?
Patricia Renee Barnes.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to her?
I want to say I'm very proud of my daughter. I call her my Tweety.
So you've got a very special hat. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, sure. So my sister made.
You gotta show us, man.
Oh yeah, sure. So it looks like this. My little sister made it for me for graduation. So decorate my hat. Yeah, it looks really nice, I think.
3, 2, 1. All right, you got to tell me what's with the star.
The star is a tradition with the Robinson Center for Young Scholars. I was part of a program called the UW Academy, and the star is a tradition for graduating from the program.
So you're representing the young scholars out there today?
Yeah, definitely.
We're representing Vivian Shao. We're really proud of you and really excited to celebrate this momentous occasion with you.
Anything you'd like to say to the parents?
We are so proud and happy for you.
It has been a long 7 years since undergraduate, and she's getting a DPT, so we're so proud of you.
Hey everybody, I see that the sun is starting to shine, and that's pretty wonderful. What we're going to do right now is give you a little lowdown on the best way to snap a shot of your graduate as they're here in the procession, as well as when they go and get their handshake and their actual walk. So what's going to happen? How does the processional start? The students are right now lining up behind this big screen, and they're going to be coming in on left of the stage here and right along the stage here where you see the green AstroTurf, and they're going to be filing into their seats, and that's the processional, and that's actually pretty slow. So you'll have a lot of opportunities to wave to your student. They're going to wave back to you. I remember seeing my parents in the audience, and that was a lot of fun, and you can snap a picture there. So once they've taken their seats and the ceremony begins, eventually they're going to be called up to walk the stage. And they're going to start by filing up here and coming up these ramps on the left and right sides of the stage. And they're going to walk over here. They're going to shake a hand. They're going to get their diploma holder. They're walking. And then they're going to descend down these ramps. Now, the part that's a little bit complicated is that at any given moment, 4 people are going to be walking at the same time. So to make sure that you've got a close-up on your student while they're graduating, we're going to do a little something we call a quad split. We're going to split the screen into 4 different quadrants, just like this. So it's your responsibility to keep your eyes on which one of these ramps goes to which one of these screens, so that when your student walks and has that big moment that you've been working for so long, you get to keep your eyes and your cameras ready and get that shot that you want. earlier we had a chance to catch up with our graduation commencement keynote speaker, Dr. Ben Danielson. Dr. Danielson is UW alum. He's a very accomplished pediatrician. He's a mentor, a teacher for all sorts of people, and an advocate for children and their families. We have a short video introducing him. We'd like you to take a look.
Going into pediatrics was a decision that kind of chose me. I know that sounds corny, but I was in college and in sciences, and over time I started to realize that my love of science and inquiry and logical decision-making and thinking could really wed well to the idea of kind of working with our most precious commodity in this world, our children. Every day here at the Odessa Brown Children's Clinic is a little bit different. I get to work next to some really incredible people here in the clinic who are all here because they care so much about investing in the future of kids, especially those from families who faced a lot of hardship financially, socially, medically, in many other ways. If your eyes are open and you work in a clinic like this, where 4 out of 5 families are living in pretty deep poverty, you have to notice that the work that you're doing as a healthcare provider can be pretty far downstream from the things that are actually impacting that family's and that child's opportunity for good health and for wellness. You get trained a lot to look at one person's smallish sized body, but what you really are doing, if you're doing anything good, is treating a whole family, and maybe even supporting or treating a whole community. Choosing to go to the University of Washington School of Medicine was actually pretty easy, and in many ways. I looked for schools that really had a solid track record for creating the capacity to do great work in primary care, and the University of Washington was one of the best at that then, and it still is now. Another thing I really love about the University of Washington, and I've noticed it at all levels, is it is a place of mentorship in a very important way. And I love that I'm so indebted to so many incredible mentors, young, old, formal, informal, that have guided me in so many ways. I learned from families, most importantly, about what it means to not only envision a space where diversity is really valued and equity is really championed. Our waiting room in this clinic is this space where you see kids playing out the kind of future that we all should really hope we see. It's about, I can't think of another word besides justice. And it's a justice that kind of brings to life the kinds of values that I am pretty sure I've noticed in just about everybody I've ever met. So I would call those universal values. Seeing those universal values come to life, what's more important than that?
Dr. Danielson, how are you feeling this morning?
I got to tell you, I feel great. I'm so relieved. I just saw 143rd commencement ceremony. I thought I was 143rd on the list of invitees, so I feel much better. I don't know where I fell in the invitation list, but that's a real relief to me.
Well, a lot of people looked outside today and they saw the weather and thought, oh, I'm not coming. So we did get down to 143. So you're feeling good. What did you do to prepare for your commencement speak?
I spent a lot of time on the rowing machine. I feel like a little cardio, a little aerobics, kind of getting the muscles going. I tried to eat extra donuts, feeling like that was going to help with the whole brain flow kind of thing. You know, I'm a pediatrician, so that stuff I think there's science around that.
I think there is. That's what the crew's been eating for sure. Any, I don't want you to spoil anything, but any guiding principles that you've been turning yourself to, or other speeches you've been watching for inspiration?
You know, I've tried not to watch other speeches, partly because I feel like that would just make me feel like mine was just way down there in the lower depths. But I have been listening to people a lot. I have to tell you, most of my speech is maybe just me conveying other people's words. Other people are way smarter than me, and I think that there's just a lot of wisdom out there. So I'm trying to tap into it and share it.
And our student bodies has gained a lot of wisdom over the years to be here today. So you're ready, you're energized. Any reason you got here so early?
Well, the donut thing, I wanted to mention that. But also, it's just, I wanted to get a sense for the place and feel it and sort of make it a little bit more my home. So that when I stand up there and talk in front of, I don't know, 50,000 of my very closest friends, it'll feel like maybe the biggest living room ever.
And I got to ask, who are you wearing today?
Whatever my wife tells me to wear. But this is Mario's. Yeah.
Seattle. And any parting words of wisdom that you're not going to include in your speech?
Well, I was going to open the speech with a whole thing about how I thought that there was an accident when I got invited to speak, and that they meant to actually invite Daniel Benjamin instead of Benjamin Danielson. He's a famous counterterrorist expert. I think he was in the Obama administration, did a lot of books.
Jason Bourne type.
Yeah. And I was going to make some joke about I'm here on the stage. Daniel Benjamin was supposed to be here, so in exchange, he's now seeing patients over at the Odessa Brown Clinic, and so, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your work. Thank you for being here today, and break a leg.
Amazing day. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to it.
Hello. We're up here at Club Husky, where we're about to speak with Dean Ed Taylor. Dean Taylor has the opportunity to speak to students at our convocation ceremonies, where we welcome our incoming class of freshmen. Commencement is where we see them off into the world. And we thought it would be fun to go back to 2014, understanding that not every student graduating today came here in 2014, but to go back 4 years and listen to what he had to say to those students and see if what he said still applies today. Let's take a look.
It's about a mother who has this baby that gets into all kinds of mischief, and at the end of the day, no matter what this baby does, that mother rocks that baby back and forth and whispers in that baby's ear, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." As that baby grows up, still gets into mischief, mother holds that baby, rocks him back and forth, whispers in his ear, "I'll love you forever." If you follow the story, in the end, that baby grows up and is a young man, and he's eventually holding that mother, who's a little bit older and a little more fragile, and is rocking mom back and forth, or dad, or grandfather, whispering in her ear, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be." We should feel inspired and hopeful at the likelihood that before we know it, these young people, if we do this well, we'll be holding on to this community and this world that we care about, and we'll be holding on to some of you. And if they do it with great care, we will know that we have done our job well here.
We've got a copy of that book here, and here's the two panels you're talking about, Dean Taylor, holding his mother and then holding his child. What a wonderful piece of imagery to use.
I chose that book intentionally, knowing that thousands of mothers and fathers have probably read this book and this story to their kids. And it's a story about a young man and a mother. But this young man growing up, mother trusting and holding this baby throughout his life. And it's really about the circle of life. The young man grows up and he's eventually taking care of mom. I use the story about love and commitment and connection to this child quite intentionally to send a message to our parents and to our incoming students that we're going to hold on to them, watch them grow during the course of their 4 or 5 years here, and expect them to come to the world and do the same for us maybe someday.
And do you think this class, with their new knowledge and their new perspective, is ready to go out into the world and cherish what matters?
I have no doubt that this class is ready to go on and do incredible things in the world. I have no doubt. Me and my colleagues, my faculty colleagues, my administrator and staff colleagues, we know these students well, and we've had a chance to walk every step of the way with them. So I'm here thrilled to see what they do from here.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, Dean Taylor.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I'm here with a very special guest, President Anamari Kause. How are you feeling today?
This is what it's all about. Great.
Awesome. I imagine that the president could never get tired of being at a graduation.
Absolutely never.
Do you have anything interesting to say about the class of 2018?
This is, I mean, I don't know how the bar gets set higher and higher, but it's just an absolutely terrific class. If you look at the work that these students have done, whether it's in the lab or in the community, in the classrooms, they really are. One of the things that I'll mention during my talk is this is not a class that's waiting to change the world. They're doing it now.
Already.
Already, right here.
So one of the things that I know is that this is not only the 145th commencement, but it's also an anniversary for department here, the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity, their 50th anniversary. Looking back at some of the accomplishments in the last half century, how do you think things are going?
Well, I had the honor of speaking to the class of 1968 that was here for a reunion. And in many ways, there was a lot of resonances between their time here and some of what we're going through. It was a polarizing time in society, and the class was divided along different views and different viewpoints. But what was really cool, and the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity is a perfect example, is that out of that came something beautiful, something wonderful. It was really the beginning of making this university a more inclusive place.
That makes me think of university's role as being a place to discuss difficult ideas and difficult concepts. And as you say, our students are so well equipped to have these conversations to enact change.
You know, there's nothing easy about it, but I think if we can't figure out a way to do it here, then how can we expect to see it anyplace else?
And one more question. This is your, I think, 4th full year as president of the university. Do you think you're finally into the groove of it all, or is it still new every day?
Well, let's put it this way. It's taken me about 30-some years to get here, and I think I'm kind of hitting my stride.
Awesome. So I know you're going to give a speech, but do you have any words of wisdom for the students, or maybe any for the parents that are about to see their kids go off into the world again?
Well, all I really have to say for them is that I can't wait to see what they do.
That's wonderful. Thank you, President Kaler.
Thank you. All right, terrific.
we're here with another special interview, Provost Jerry Baldesty. How are you doing today, Provost?
Great. This is great. It's just a beautiful day. Now look at, got some sun up there.
I know, it didn't look like it was going to be good. No. Knock on wood. Ah, my knuckles. So one of the things that is interesting to me is that this is a commencement for our students, but it's also a bit of a commencement for you. You're retiring after this.
I am, yes. This is the end of my 40 years at the university.
Thank you so much. First of all, that's incredible. Second, what's next?
I'm actually going to Spain in the fall, teaching a class, study abroad class, at Leon Center, north of Madrid.
You're going to have as much fun as the students.
I hope so.
Do you miss teaching?
Yes.
I bet you would. So what do you hope to leave behind you here at the university?
Well, so this has always been a great place, I think. It was a great place when I was a student here, 1968, when I first came here. In the last 5, 10 years, people have worked really hard to make sure that every student has a great experience both inside and outside the classroom. So there's teams of people here working on this and doing this. That's what's behind. That's what's staying. And it's going to, so that every student in the future can go through here and have a great experience.
Now, I don't know if you remember, but 2 years ago when you became provost, almost today in June, I did an on-camera interview with you in Spokane. And now I'm doing an on-camera interview. I feel like I'm bookending your experience. It's a bit of an honor for me. I'm wondering, do you have any final parting thoughts for our graduates or their families today?
Well, sort of. This is where things really start for them. So you go to college, and that seems like a really big deal, but it's actually the prelude. What happens next is what we're planning on, why you're here. It's like go out and do great things in the world. So my advice to them would be do what they've been doing here, ask questions, push themselves, challenge themselves, and remember that from today on, they're in charge of their own learning.
Well, Jerry, thank you so much for 40 incredible years.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thanks.
So we are at the 143rd commencement ceremony, but it's a rounder, more significant anniversary for the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity. 50 years is a big time, and I'm here with a bunch of students that have taken advantage of some of the opportunities afforded to them by OMAD. In particular, I'm here with Kalawole. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah. You're graduating. What are you graduating in? Tell me how you feeling.
I'm graduating with a communications degree and a minor in entrepreneurship, and I'm feeling great.
Awesome. And can you tell me a bit about your experience with your involvement in the OMAD programs?
Yeah, so I started going to the programs that the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity put on since high school. And so a lot of those programs were where I learned how to apply to colleges and getting my resume and all of that put together. And ultimately, from those programs, I knew that if I came to the University of Washington, I could be successful here because they had a program like the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity. So that was a huge decision, a huge point in my decision, just knowing that OMAD was here on campus. And so when I got here, definitely wanted to give back and make that same impact for high school students. So I joined the ambassador program with a lot of my fellow students here, and yeah, so ever since now we're able to do the same for high school students, give back through putting on events and helping them with their college applications, inspiring them to pursue higher education.
So you guys were all part of the ambassador program to help students have opportunities similar to some of the ones that you guys had as well.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Yeah. Commencement is a time to move forward, and anniversaries are a time to move back, and you're moving forward. What do you think's next for you, but also what do you think's next for the university?
For me?
And for OMAD.
And for OMAD. For me, well, I'm going to be working with the marketing agency, Millie Agency in Pioneer Square. I've been interning with them for 2 years, so I'll be moving on to that. And for the university, I think there was a lot of advantages or a lot of opportunities that I was able to take advantage of. And I think for students, it's all about finding those opportunities and where you fit in best. And so I think with the university, I think they can help students, by advertising what's out there for them, the different clubs, the different organizations that they can be a part of, the different resources that are available to them so that they know what's out there and they're able to take advantage as we were here. I think when you see the opportunities here on campus, that's when, and you start building those communities, that's when you really start to be boundless here at UW, like the slogan says.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you guys for coming. I'm sorry we didn't get to talk with every one of you. Can I get a quick go dogs? Go dogs!
Every
you
year,
heard it here.
Colleges and schools select one or more students with outstanding records of achievement to act as gonfaloniers. They carry gonfalons, which are just large flags holding the school's name and symbol, to lead their school in for the processional. It's a great honor, and we've had a chance to catch up with some of these students taking photos here today. Let's take a look.
My name is Polo Decano, and I'm representing the College of Education.
How big of a day is today for you?
This is the most enormous day of my life to this point, almost, aside from getting married. This is the culmination of 10 years of graduate school for me.
So did the marriage just happen, or is it about to happen?
It happened August 20th of last year.
So it's just a big year all around.
This is a big monumental year. Yes, it is.
So can you please explain to me what a gonfalonier is?
As I understand it, it's my job to represent the College of Education and bring our flag into an official ceremony, in this case, commencement.
And how does it feel to have been selected? I understand it's a great honor.
It is. It is. I've worked very hard in my time here, and I've contributed where I could in the College of Education, and to have been selected, it means a lot to me.
And what's next for you?
Everything. Anything. Not being bound to program requirements is going to allow me to do a lot of work to support my community, to focus on doing what I set out to do, which is to support mental health and athletics and foster resilience in the UW community as wide as I can.
And can you tell me, I've never seen these before. I've seen the lays, but this is new to me. What is this?
This was something that one of my cohort, well, she's not a cohort mate, but one of my program peers gave to me in commencement on Friday. And I don't know exactly the symbolism of it, but I was honored to take it. I'll take a lay anytime.
You got any shout-outs?
Majd, the Decano family, the Chamberlain family, the Bagnodet family, the Khatib family, all of my friends and family. It's been a ride that I couldn't have done without everybody.
That's wonderful to hear. Thank you for your time, Polo.
All right, thank you very much.
How's it going, Tess?
Oh, it's going quite well. Thank you.
So you're getting your doctorate today. You're also a gonfalonier. How big of a moment is this for you?
Incredibly huge. Was on the streets in the U District when I was 17 years old, looking at the University of Washington with a dream to come here and get my education, and I was so blessed that I was able to do that. And not only that, but be here today with you.
And you're walking. That's incredible. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you very much.
What's next for you? What's the next plan?
Well, I started working in a rural rotation in northeastern Washington last summer, and I loved it so much I decided to go back out there and work with underserved populations in Stevens County.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for the work you're going to be doing. That's fantastic.
Great, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Sergio Garcia. I'm graduating with a Bachelor's in Arts and Disability Studies and Law Societies and Justice.
How big of a day is it for you today?
It's huge. I was super excited for this for days on end.
Have you practiced carrying the big gonfalonier flag that you have?
I mean, I practiced with a broom, but apart from that, not much more.
I want to imagine you in your room practicing your graduation walk with a broom.
I was proud. I was standing proud, and then my cat got in the way, and I almost tripped.
And what's next for you, real quick?
Eventually, law school.
That's wonderful to hear. Thank you for your time, and good luck today.
Yeah, thank you.
I am here with David with the UW Wind Ensemble. How's it going, David?
Oh, fantastic. So glad to be here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you very much. You are quite the curious character. You're holding a giant instrument and you're wearing graduation robes. Are you graduating and working on your graduation?
You know, I figure I can do it all. I'll still get to walk and I'll still get to play, so.
You're getting paid to walk, basically.
That's right, yeah.
So I was hoping, what kind of instrument are you playing?
This is called a contrabassoon. It's an octave lower than a regular bassoon, and it's something you don't find very often in most ensembles, mostly in some orchestral pieces.
I was wondering if you could, in a way, metaphorically, play yourself off, give me a quick lick. You think you could do that for me?
I think I can. Awkwardly.
Awesome.
I think you know the rest.
Yes, we do. So you're feeling excited, you're feeling fantastic, and you got any shout-outs you want to give to your friends and family?
I would love to say hi to my family that's all here, wherever they are, somewhere in the stands.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck performing and walking.
Thank you so much, Justin.
We are back here on the practice field where the students are lining up. You can see they're extremely excited. We're also here with two of our grad marshals, and I'm about to find out what a grad marshal is. We've got Lauren and Patricia from the College of Arts and Sciences. What is a grad marshal?
So we're college marshals. We help the undergraduates walk into the stadium. We're both faculty. Lauren's in psychology, and I'm the chair of anthropology.
And what's the energy been like out here with the students?
Oh, so happy. I haven't seen this many smiles in one place in a long time. Especially with the sun, I think, is helping.
And you guys are going to sit on the stage as well. Are you going to help pass out all of the diploma holders?
No, we don't actually get to do that, but we do get to see our students when they walk across the stage, and it's absolutely wonderful.
Have you been having any conversations with the students lined up? Anything interesting you found out?
I don't know about anything interesting, but they're thrilled. I went back and found a couple of students that I've just had over the years, and they're happy to be here.
Now, this isn't your first time doing this, or is this your first time as a grad marshal?
I've been doing this every year since 2005. There's something about this moment in these students' lives that it's wonderful to celebrate with them.
I remember when I was out here in the field, and like the complete freedom of having so many faces you recognize, being out here on the turf also feels interesting. Do you have anything to say about the energy out here?
I'm just excited. This is my first time here, so I'm happy to be walking with the students and then to just sit back and watch everything unfold. I'm very excited.
And have you seen any fun hats that stand out in your mind?
I see them right now. It doesn't take much to look around. There's a lot of big balloons way at the back of the line, bringing us up, and lots of decorations on the top.
All right, it looks like we're starting to maybe get the processional ready, so we'll come back a bit later. We're going to try something a little bit experimental. Do you have any shout-outs to friends and family?
I love you.
Any shout-outs to friends and family?
Shout out to my family. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Any shout-outs to friends and family?
Thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Any shout-outs to friends and family?
Oh. Mom and Dad.
It's like we're chasing a river of fish. I'm going to go to the other side. Hey, do we have any shout-outs to friends and family?
I'll give a shout out to my mom and dad and my boyfriend Phil for being awesome and being here.
Are they in the audience?
They are in the audience.
Hello, hello. Any shout-outs to friends and family?
Thanks, Mom, Dad. What?
Shout-outs to friends and family.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Michelle, my fairy godmother.
Are they in the audience?
Yeah, they're in the audience.
They weren't expecting this. Any shout-outs to friends and family?
Absolutely. My mom, Lori Brown, and my father, Chris Brown, you guys are with me from the start. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Any shout-outs to friends and family?
Love you, Mom and Dad. Thanks.
Hey, thanks to everybody who supported me while I was in school.
Awesome. What are you guys graduating in, by the way?
We're both in communications.
Hey, I was communication.
Journalism.
Do you want to do this next year? Because it's very stressful.
Totally. Why not?
Awesome. Just give me a call afterwards. I'll give you my card. Yeah. Hey, any shout-outs to friends and family out of curiosity, miss?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My mom, my family, my grandma, you know, couldn't do it without them.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop interrupting all of these students because they are getting ready to go. The processional is about to start, and we are very close to the beginning of the 143rd commencement ceremony. Thank you so much for watching the purple carpet ceremony. I've been Austin Siedentoff, and keep your eyes peeled and your cameras ready because we're about to start. Have a wonderful commencement.